people are doing, and that's waiting for the fireworks with the Burj Khalifa. Actually, the only reason why I turned around is I felt the heat on my back, and about that time noticed everybody running to the railing, and turned around and saw, what y'all are seeing pictures of. And within 10 seconds, it went from, wow, that's a fire, to we need to not be where we are, and we need to be moving away from that, because it went from, hey, there's a fire, to, yeah, that's pretty significant in a matter of seconds.
In a matter of seconds. And so you didn't hear anything. You just felt the heat from the fire. You didn't hear any sort of explosion or anything audible that would have told you there was something the matter. Okay, and I just want to tell, I know you obviously are very familiar with the Burj Khalifa. Just to let our viewers know, that is a nearby skyscraper. It's actually the tallest skyscraper in the world there in Dubai. You've probably seen it. Okay, so how long ago, Josh, did this happen?
Golly, sorry, it's been a little hectic here for the last, let's say, hour. It could have been, 50 minutes ago or an hour and 10 minutes ago. It's hard to know time-wise. I didn't look at my watch. I can tell you, I heard your previous guest talking about containment. I certainly wouldn't want to speculate on how the authorities are moving in or not moving in. I can tell you, though, with a reported million, extra people in town, it's not like it just happened on a lazy, Thursday afternoon. This is one of the biggest events in the world for a New Year's Eve event, and when you've got 1 million people and barricades, I cannot imagine the amount of effort it took just to get people out of the way in order to get authorities in. So, again, I'm not going to speculate on the logistics of that, but just from what I saw, it was an enormous task just to get to the scene.
So where are you now? Are you in a place where you can see this?
I'm about a block away, and yes, I'm in a place where I can see it. It's a little, it looked like to me, the fire went up in the middle of the building, on the side, from the outside of the building that we could see. It looked like it dissipated a little bit, only, at least on the outside, only because it looked like it had burned everything that it could burn. And it looked like it was maybe settling down a little bit. And then all of a sudden, it kind of started spreading a little bit to the left. Like I said, I thought, hey, this is contained. And then all of a sudden, it just started moving around the building. And I looked at my wife and I said, it's not going to stop until it goes all the way around the building. It's just going to keep burning until it has nothing left to burn. It's what it looked like to me. So not to be over dramatic, but that's just what it looked like to one casual observer.
Yeah, no, certainly. And we're looking at the pictures, and they are dramatic. I mean, there's no other way to put it, especially with so many people that were inside. Certainly our hope is that they've been evacuated, but we just don't know at this point in time as authorities respond. Josh, tell me about the scene underneath the building. You're 1 block away. This is the area where people are gathering to look at fireworks, right? I mean, when this broke out, our understanding is they were just about 2.5 hours from midnight, and people were already there staking out their positions to watch the show.
People have been staking out their positions since 7 o'clock, because I was one of them. So yes, there were people all around this place since 7 o'clock a.m. this morning. And so, yes, it's been orderly on the way in, and it was oddly orderly on the way out. And there was a little bit of confusion, kind of stay or go at first, but that became pretty clear. By the time everyone really started evacuating, my wife and I and one other friend, we had already kind of started making our way towards the exit. We exited through a parking garage with debris and ash and siding coming down, and the security guards actually wanted us to stay in the garage at first for fear that we would be hit by debris. And sometimes instinct just takes over, and I said, "You're crazy if you think you're keeping me in this garage. We're out of here." And so we left, and we got out from at least from what we believe to be harm's way. But it was not a mad dash. It was not a sprint. And people were pretty orderly, helping one another, helping kids with strollers. Obviously, the scene that you would imagine, people crying and people praying, and obviously in a place like Dubai, you have so many cultures and really just this collection of culture and religion, and people praying, people putting hands on one another's shoulders, saying it's going to be okay, and that's what we saw. That's what we see.
You talked about the debris, the ash, the siding that was coming down. Tell us more about that. I mean, what did the debris look like? Was it just completely charred? Could you make out what it was?
I don't know that I could. It looked like any kind of just building material, not heavy material.
Josh, I'm really sorry to interrupt you. Can you stay with us?
Problem.
I need to. I'm going to switch over real quick to talk to. We want to come back to you, Josh. So definitely stay with us. But I want to talk now to Jacqueline Hurtado. She's a CNN Espanol correspondent. She was actually in the terrace, on the terrace of the Address Hotel when the fire broke out, when it was evacuated. She's on the phone now with us from Dubai. Set the scene for us. Tell us, as we're looking now at these pictures of the flames now going, it looks now it's almost starting to go around the entire hotel.
Hi, Rihanna. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Jacqueline, I can. Can you tell us what you've seen?
Yeah. Well, we were there waiting for the fireworks spectacular that was going to take place at Burj Khalifa. We had made reservations at one of the restaurants in the terrace area. We had heard an explosion, but people around us didn't really quite know what was going on. We thought maybe people were already preparing for the fireworks spectacular. And then suddenly you saw people screaming and running. And some people in the terrace in the area where we had made reservations were kind of looking around because we weren't facing the hotel address. To know that it was catching fire, a lot of us had to turn our back or actually face it to see what was going on. When we saw that, they started evacuating people who were around the terrace because they started seeing some of the debris beginning to fall. The authorities got there in a matter of minutes. They started letting a lot of the people who were out of the terrace, asking them to please evacuate. I know that there was a language barrier because there was a lot of tourists, and they were speaking in a language that a lot of people didn't know, Arab. So a lot of people were just kind of wondering, confused, because they really didn't know what was going on. It took about a couple minutes, maybe about 15 to 20 minutes, to actually get everybody to start listening and evacuating from the terrace. Everybody was cooperating, but a lot of people were confused because, it was just 2 hours